Hello friends, it is time for a book on haul. I did a book on haul somewhat recently with my friend Sarah. She came over, she pointed out different books on my shelf to see if I'd either read them, liked them, wanted to read them, etc. I probably got rid of like 20, 30 books. 30, 20, 30. I got rid of some books, but I've said it so many times to myself, to people in my life, whatever. This week has just kind of sucked. It is not the week off from work that I thought it was going to be. Yeah, so I've just had this kind of vibe of let's just clear out, obviously not everything, I've got too many books, but let's clear out books that I don't like looking at. I see them and I'm like, ugh. Either way, this is an unhaul. I'm going to go through all of the books. I'm going to tell you why I'm unhauling them, like if I've read them, if I haven't read them, whatever. So let's just get into it. So first we have Family of Lies by E. Lockhart. I bought this, or I pre-ordered it as soon as it came out, and now that I have it, I've literally got no interest in reading it at all. I really loved the writing style in We Were Lies. I think that's why I picked it up, but as far as the plot, like, I don't actually care about the family in this book. I don't care about rich people's struggles, surprisingly, so that book's gonna go. The next three people might judge me for. I've got three books by Seven Rue. So I've got Azula, Fiamma, and Comatose. These books were all disgusting, bizarre, traumatic in various ways. I went into them knowing what they were about, like, that's fine. I thought that maybe there was something I would enjoy about them, like the writing style, the relationships, like something. I did not enjoy any of these. I think, to be polite, I might have given them like a 2.5, 3 star, but like honestly I'm never gonna read these three books again. And to be honest, I'm kind of uncomfortable having them on my bookshelves, so they can go. Next I have got a book called Storm and Grace by Catherine Hayman. I bought this book at Big W when it came out, so I'm gonna say like 2018, 2019 maybe. And it was the cover obviously that hooked me. 2017. It's a really beautiful cover, I think. But I don't entirely understand, like, I don't even know what the plot is. I think it might be a romance with like a bit of a mystery in it, but I don't care, so that can go. I'm also, I don't know if I said this just before, I am going to let my mum go through some of these books to see if she wants them to read them, especially like the thrillers and the mysteries. But moving swiftly along, we have The Cliff House by Amanda Jennings. I was gonna unhaul this probably 2 years ago, and I said to my brother, like, yeah, I'm never gonna read it, and then he read out the first chapter to me, and I don't know if it was the way he read it or because I had just gotten out of hospital, but I was like, oh my god, that actually sounds really good. Oh no, keep it, I'm gonna read it. Like I said, that was like 2 years ago, and I definitely haven't. It is a book about like obsession. This girl lives across from the Cliff House and she's obsessed with it. I don't care. Next we have Some Will Not Sleep by Adam L.G. Neville. Some people seem to really like this book. I don't understand why. This is a book I got 70 pages into. I was so extremely bored, like so bored, that I picked up the audiobook hoping to like, that'll grab my attention, that'll hook me. Still did not give a shit. I put this aside thinking one day I'll get back to it because it is a collection of short stories. I genuinely don't understand why people think this is scary. It almost put me to sleep. No offense, obviously. Let's do like a little, what do they call it? A thing at the start of the video to be like, oh, if I offend you, I'm so sorry. I don't care. It's just not a good book in my opinion. Next, we have got The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them screenplay. It's a hardcover, which is really beautiful. Like, it's very, very cute. And I'm hauling this for any like political reason against JK Rowling. It's just that I've literally never seen the movie, and I don't think I have any intention of seeing the movie. I was really excited for it when it was announced, but I just don't have any interest in it currently, and why would I need the screenplay for a movie that I haven't even seen? You know what I mean, jelly bean. Next we have Cross Her Heart by Sarah Pinborough. I loved Behind Her Eyes. Like, I think Behind Her Eyes was just such a well crafted story. However, I've heard nothing but bad things about this book. That, like, in Behind Her Eyes, I guess the plot, it was like kind of an uphill battle, but by the end, like, you get to see the view and you're like, oh, that was actually like worth it. Whereas in this, it's like an uphill battle the whole time, and then at the end it's still not worth it. So again, I'm gonna ask my mom if she wants this one, but I will not be reading it. Next we have Something in the Water by Catherine Stedman. It is a Reese's book club pick, so I think that's why I was initially drawn to it when I found it at Salvation Army. Something about a couple that's on vacation, they find a like bag full of money or something. Somehow they become involved in a crime. I don't know. I don't really care. Next, I have got 2 books by Kirsten White. So I've got The Guinevere Deception and The Camelot Betrayal. First of all, they are in different sizes. They don't really seem like it on camera, but they definitely are. Oh, like you can tell. I love Kirsten White. I love her writing style, but I'm not particularly interested in King Arthur or Camelot, so I don't know why I picked these up. I think because they were at Big W, and I have really poor self-control when it comes to Big W books because they're so cheap that I just buy all of them. But I don't think I'm going to be reading either of these. I know there's a 3rd book. Thankfully, I didn't buy that one. Along the same vein, I will be unhauling Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This is another King Arthur inspired book. I think this one is set in like contemporary times, but with a lot of links to King Arthur and Camelot. Beautiful cover. That's why I picked it up. I just don't think I'm ever going to read it, to be perfectly honest with you. Next I have Know Over Here by Katie McGarry. I used to love Katie McGarry's books when I was a teenager. Like Pushing the Limits, that whole series. I don't think this is related to Pushing the Limits at all, but yeah, this was definitely more of a teenage thing, and I've still got all the other Katie McGarry books, but because I didn't read this when I was younger, I don't think I'm going to read it now, so why hold on to it. I'm also starting to learn that like I can't keep books, or I shouldn't keep books just so I have like the full set of an author's work. Like if I don't enjoy the book, well, then I'm gonna have an incomplete set. Who cares, you know? Next I have got Swimming Lessons by Lily Rayner. This book I just don't remember any of it except for the fact that it was just the most stereotypical, like, let's relate to sad, depressed girls kind of poetry ever. Good luck finding anything that rhymes. Good luck finding anything that has any sort of rhythm. Good luck finding anything that does more than just tell you how she's feeling as opposed to showing. I did enjoy the illustrations, like, because as simple as that is, like, I could never draw that. That's just like straight up, I can't draw. So like I liked the drawings, illustrations were cute, but this kind of sucked, so that can go. Next we have got a book, Not That Kind of Girl by Lena Dunham. This is a book I have kind of a history with. One of my friends from high school bought this for me for my birthday years ago. I had to read it for a uni assignment, and then I decided not to finish reading it because I really didn't enjoy it, and I said that during my oral presentation about the book. I'm like, I didn't finish it because I wasn't particularly enjoying it, and I unhauled the book. And then a couple months went past, and I'm like, maybe I should give it another go. So I ended up picking up the hardcover, which I love the end pages of this. Like, they're just so cute. But I got this one secondhand, so I don't feel bad getting rid of it. Like, Lena Dunham's not like, she's not my kind of person, she's not my kind of vibe, so she can just get the fuck out of my life, to be honest. Next, I have got The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. This book, another one. I've owned different copies of this book previously. I've unhauled them. I've regretted unhauling them. I've gone to the secondhand store, found another copy. It seems to be a cycle. I think what really draws me to this book is how beautiful it is. It's just, and it's obviously it's a hardcover. It is just a stunning book. Like, I love it. I think it is aesthetically gorgeous. I just don't think I'm ever going to read this. And I know it's a romance as well, but she's got wings, a girl that's born with wings. I think it's just a bit too close to magical realism for me, because I don't really drive with magical realism. Moving on, another Big W purchase. We've got P is for Pearl by Eliza Henry Jones. Always thought this cover was beautiful. It sounds like it's about a girl who's just going through it. Mental health is a bit shot. But again, never gonna read it. I've got so many other hard-hitting YA contemporaries that I could read. Next I have got Twisted Tainted Tales. This is by Janine Pipe. This I actually don't remember at all, which can't be a good thing because I did read this. I 100% read this. It's a short story anthology, or short story collection, sorry. I don't remember anything about it, like at all. That's bizarre. That's why it's going, because I don't remember anything. I don't remember a single story, so clearly none of it stuck with me. Next I have As She Fades by Abby Glines. I used to love Abby Glines, and I still have some of her books just floating around because they are a quick read that'll get me out of a reading slump. But this is just a standalone, I think, and I'm not particularly interested in it's a sad YA contemporary about a girl whose boyfriend dies in a car accident, and that's just A, not my vibe right now, and B, I've got so many other books that I can turn to for those kinds of feelings. Next I've got My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. Again, this was cute. I really enjoyed it when I read it, but I don't think it's something I'm ever going to go back to. Like, I just don't care at this point for it. Next I have got Playlist for the Dead by Michelle Falkoff. So this teenage boy, Sam, his best friend dies. Sam left a playlist of songs and a suicide note. Again, it's a sad YA contemporary. I don't want to read those anymore. At least not ones that I haven't touched in the last like 7 years since I bought them. Next I have got Chasing Red by Isabel Ronan. I bought this because I was going on a kick of watching people talk shit about After by Anna Todd, and obviously this came up as like a terrible Wattpad book, and I found it for, how much was it? $3. And I thought, oh, this is really interesting, I'll read it just for the lols. But I think I'm getting to a point in my life where I can't just read books for the lols anymore. Like, I could read this book and be like, oh my god, it was so trash, and talk mad shit about it. But like, why would I waste my time reading something I don't think I'm going to enjoy? Next I've got Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. I usually love Tiffany D. Jackson's works. I've loved all of them except for this one. This one I don't know if it was because of the characters, I don't know if it was the plot, I just don't know what it was, but I just genuinely was waiting for this book to be over. Like, I loved Allegedly, I love Monday's Not Coming, I've loved every other thing I've read by her, but this one just didn't sit with me, and I was going to keep it because I own every book Tiffany D. Jackson has published. But as I said before, just because I like the author doesn't mean I need to keep the books I don't like by the author. Whew, I've got to hurry this up, man. Okay, next one's 4 books in one go. It is the Three Dark Crowns series by Kendall Blake. I'm a little bit sad because all these covers match, like, they match perfectly. They looked so good on my shelves, but I've lost complete interest in this series. I know it's about 3 sisters who are fighting for a crown. I guess I was interested in that, like, each sister has a different power. However, I've also read other books by Kendall Blake, and I don't particularly enjoy the writing style, so I think I was just being hopeful keeping these around, to be frank. Next I have got Beautiful Mess by Claire Christian. I've never heard anyone talk about this. This was just a big W purchase. It had a pretty cover. It's potentially a romance slash budding friendship between 2 depressed teenagers. That was my vibe back in the day. I recently picked up Will You Please Be Quiet Please by Raymond Carver. I got, oh, not as far as I thought. I got about 46 pages in and decided that this short story collection just wasn't for me. These stories are, I guess you could kind of compare them to like Ernest Hemingway, like very simple, not a shit ton of plot, like not a lot happens, but you have to read into it and find your own meanings, which is great for some people. But if I'm reading a short story, I want it to be a short story. I don't want to have to spend an hour analysing what every little word means. Next I have Sherwood by Megan Spooner. I think I bought this possibly at a secondhand store, but I just don't care enough about Robin Hood to read it. The next one we've got is Our Stop by Laura Jane Williams. It's just an adult romance that I think I was shopping with my mum and I saw it and I was like, oh, this could be cute. When did I purchase it? Where's the date? 28th of November 2019. I've never picked it up. I've got so many other romances to get through. That's just not a priority anymore. Same thing with In a New York Minute by Kate Spencer. I picked it up at Big W on a whim. Never going to get to it. There are, again, so many other romances to read that I'm already invested in that I want to know more about. Next we have another one by Michelle Falkoff. This is Questions I Want to Ask You. I found it for $3. It is a hardcover, so I think that's why I picked it up. Like, I don't know anything about this book. I don't even know if I enjoy Michelle Falkoff's writing style, so why did I buy books by her? Who knows? Same thing with Laini Taylor. I have got Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares. I'm sure these books are amazing and I'm sure people love them, but again, there is fantasy series on my shelves that I haven't picked up that I want to pick up, and I would never choose these ones first. Like, I really want to read Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which I don't know why, but I always think, like, I always connect them in my head. Did I just have a stupid ass moment? Is it because they're by the same author? It is, isn't it? Laini Taylor wrote both. She did. That's why I always connect them in my head. I would rather read that series than this series. Let's just put it that way and pretend that I'm not a complete moron. Next, I have got Pivot Point by Casey West. I generally read every release Casey West comes out with. I think I've missed the last 2 books. This is one of her older ones. It's meant to be like a dystopian sci-fi romance. Very much like Divergent vibes, but it's a duology. I've never even like seeked out the second book, so I've clearly never been that invested. Next I have a duology, which I'm kind of sad to see go. So I've got this one, which was The Next Together, and then we've got The Last Beginning by Lauren James. These were, well, one of them was a present from my mom. She got it for me for Christmas. It follows this couple who basically are soulmates, like through every all the times. So like you've got 2039 in England, they're together, and near Turkey in 1854, and near Greece 1854, Carlisle, England 1745. Like this couple, they are destined to be born again and again and again, and to fall in love every time, and then to be separated every time. So they sound really good. If they sound good to you, go for it. I'm just never going to read them. Next I have The Last Train to Helsinger by Heidi Amsink. I have read this collection. It's a short story collection about well, just different horrors. It's all set in Denmark. I got it in a mystery book box, and I enjoyed them. I'm never going to go back to them, so let's unhaul it. Genuine Fraud. I bought it because I enjoyed We Were Lies by E. Lockhart. I'm never going to read this book. I think it's told in reverse as well, which is really triggering to me because I'm not smart enough to keep up with a book told in reverse. Next I've got Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Abatali and Aisha Saeed. I picked Aisha. I think I said that right. I enjoy Becky Abatali well enough, but this is a like political romance, local activism. I don't care, especially American politics. No offense, America, but you guys are kind of whack. Then we've got My Lady's Choosing by Kitty Curran and Larissa Zegaris. It's an interactive romance. It's basically a choose your own adventure romance, which now that I'm flipping through it, I might actually keep this one. A choose your own adventure romance, like that's kind of fun. I'm gonna keep it. That's the only one I think I'm gonna keep. I think the rest, they're like good to go. That one, I think it would be fun. Next I have got The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I have this exact same edition, but this is in like a, you know, like the type of textured cover where if your fingerprints oils stain the cover. Like I hate this feeling. I've got the exact same edition in like a glossy cover, so that's the edition I'm keeping. This one can go. Don't know who it's going to go to because I think I've already forced Secret History upon as many people as I can. I have next got You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I read this as, I think, an ebook, and I didn't love it. I had a lot of problems with it. I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed it. It was really cute. I just did not like it. And I was gonna buy my own copy from Kmart. I think it was on sale for $5. I decided, why would I buy a book I didn't enjoy? Don't be stupid. Then I bought a mystery book box, and this was the book that came in it, and I thought, okay, well, lucky I didn't buy it at Kmart. I still don't want it though. I still don't want a copy. Next I've got The Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana Enriquez. I'm so torn about this one as well, because I don't think I enjoyed these stories that much. Oh, okay, I didn't enjoy most of them, but I gave 3 of these stories a 5 stars. So is that a good enough reason to keep it? I think the cover is really, really cool. That's why I bought it initially. So I guess I'm keeping 2 books from this. If I keep just these 2 and still unhaul the rest, will you guys be mad at me? Because I didn't realize I actually enjoyed a couple of stories from this one. I enjoyed 3 stories, enough to give them a 5 star, a couple of 4 stars, a couple of 3, 3.5s, a couple of 2s, there's a 1. I'm going to keep this one as well, I think. And the last book is one I literally just DNF'd maybe 20 minutes ago, just before I started filming. It is Dead Girls by Alice Boland. It is called, well, the subtitle is Essays on Surviving an American Obsession. There is no way that this book, I mean, no one would pick up this book and read it and be like, oh, that's exactly what I was expecting based off of the pitch. This is meant, it's being pitched as a story, a set of essays about this fascination we have with dead girls, and dead girls being murdered and girls being raped, and how we portray girls in the media. And it just ends up being about the author's life. And I genuinely, I'm so sorry, Alice, I do not give a shit. That's not why I picked it up. So that's gonna go as well. So that is the end of my unhaul. I don't know how many books there were. I suppose I could count them and put it in the title, but it is really hot. My phone is about to run out of storage, so I'm gonna go. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.